Welcome to the information session for the Health Professions Academy. We have normally held these information sessions in-house, but now we are only requiring that you watch and listen to the information session online.
Hi, my name is Sue Spradlin, and I'm the Career Pathway Coordinator for the Great Oaks Health Professions, and I'll be walking you through our information session.
I'll often refer to the Health Professions Academy as HPA. We are no longer downtown at the Ohio Means Job Center, and all of our classes and offices are at Scarlet Oaks in northern Cincinnati, near Sharonville and Springdale. At the Health Professions Academy, we offer the state-tested nursing assistant, the patient care assistant, and the STNA PCA Plus, and we'll explain those in later slides. Just above this PowerPoint presentation, you'll see several documents. The first is our interest form, and we'd like for you to complete that and submit it online. And within a week of doing that, one of our staff members will get back to you to start a conversation about the classes that you're interested in, the funding, and different options to help you get started. Another document is our admission packet. We would like for you to have that open or printed while you're watching this PowerPoint presentation. And then we have a funding options document that also talks to you about the different options for funding and the criteria for all those funding options. We first of all always want to ask if healthcare is a field of choice for you. If you have the right personality, personal characteristics, and qualities to be successful and enjoy your career in healthcare. These are some of the qualities or personal characteristics that we think are important as you pursue a career in healthcare. After all, we're taking care of people, we're providing customer service and care, and so it is very important that we love to be around people and take care of them and really have a heart for other individuals. There are many employment opportunities for STNAs and PCAs. You might be able to work in a hospital, in a doctor's office, in home health care, in a school helping students with disabilities, in a clinic or a hospice where individuals go for end-of-life care, or working in a group home setting for people with developmental disabilities. There are many educational pathways in the healthcare field for you to pursue. This is the state-tested nursing assistant possible pathway, and you can go on and become an LPN, a registered nurse, getting your associate or your bachelor's degree, and then lots of avenues open up to you after that.
We'll first talk about the State-Tested Nursing Assistant, or STNA class. In this class, you're going to learn direct bedside care skills, things like bathing, feeding, dressing, helping people with toileting or mobility issues, all the activities of daily living that you would be assisting people with in different facilities. The cost of this class is $900, and it includes all of your supplies, your materials, your books, and your state test. When you successfully complete the STNA class, you'll be eligible to take the state test, and we do give that here at Scarlet, and we'll schedule you for that. When you pass your state test, you'll be ready to go to work, and some students will then want to just add on our PCA class, which is where you're going to learn hospital skills. As we said, once you finish the STNA class, you have the option of taking the patient care assistant class. You cannot take this class unless you've completed our class or you're already on the STNA registry. This class is going to teach you more hospital skills. The cost is $450. There is not a state test for this class, but there is periodic testing, and you will receive a certificate at the end of this class. Another option is the STNA PCA Plus class. In this class, you'll get both the STNA and PCA training, but you'll also be able to get some employability skills training. These are things like resumes and interviewing skills, getting your cover letter together, and working on your references. You'll also have opportunities to meet with employers either virtually or in person to network with them, and it includes all the same things that the STNA PCA class does include. The cost is $2,300, and again, that includes all your books, your materials, and your state test.
As we'll learn later, Our dress code is traditionally scrubs for every class, but on the Employer Plus days, we will wear our interview clothing so that we can make the best impression on the employers that come to visit us.
So to stay on that STNA pathway, you have three options. You can just come and take the state-tested nursing assistant class, exit, take your state test, and go to work. Or you can add your patient care assistant class onto the STNA class. And those usually follow immediately after the STNA class is held. And our schedule, as I said, is on our website. Or you can choose to take the STNA PCA Plus class if you feel like you want both the STNA and PCA plus the employability and job seeking skills training.
So we have several requirements that we want you to complete before you're allowed to be in a class for one of our healthcare training programs at HPA. For this next part of our PowerPoint, I'd like for you to refer to our admission packet, which is located on the website. Please have that in front of you or printed so that you're able to go with me page by page. On the first page of the admission packet, you'll see our admission requirements. As we said, we want you to view this information session and complete the online interest form. That's step one. The next is a BCI and an FBI background check. This is important in healthcare because some employers will not hire you depending on your criminal background. And so we want to make sure that you're ready for employment before you begin our process of getting into class and taking the class. So we require that everyone get a BCI and an FBI background check. If you've had that done previously within the last year, you may submit that to us and we can take a look. And if not, we do offer the background check at Scarlet Oaks. You just need to call and make an appointment to have that done. If you're working with a funding agent, they may pay for this, so you want to have that conversation with your case manager if that's the case.
Number 3 of our admission requirements is the WorkKeys assessment, and we start talking about this on page 2 of the admission packet. There are 3 parts to the assessment: graphic literacy, which is more problem solving, applied math, and then workplace documents, which is more reading. We think that this is important because we want your academic skills to be of a certain level so you can be better prepared to take the classes and meet the academic demands of those classes. You can practice, and we encourage it, for the WorkKeys assessment, and you can see where you can do that on page 2 of the packet. On page 3, you'll see the places where you can actually go to take the actual WorkKeys assessment. If you're working with a caseworker, just talk to them about how you can accomplish this with them. If you've already taken the WorkKeys assessment, you can go to the location where you took it and see if you can get a copy of those scores, or you can go to myworkkeys.com and find your scores there. We do have 2 options for you to waive the academic requirements for the WorkKeys assessment, and that's if you've earned a bachelor's degree in the United States, or if you have taken the ACT test within the last 5 years and earned a score of 22 or higher. If either of those are the case, you can submit those to us and we will take a look at them to see if they meet our requirements. Now let's talk about our medical requirements. We do require a medical verification or a physical form, and if you've had one of those done within the last year, you can submit that to us and we'll take a look at it to see if it meets our requirements. Number 5 is the 2-step TB test, and this is a 2-step process, but it's actually 4 times to the doctor. So you'll get stuck and then you'll have the test read. You'll wait a week and you'll get stuck again and go back and have the test read. There are a couple of options with your TB test in addition to the 2-step TB test. You can also get a blood test. This is called a QuantiFERON Gold or a T-spot. And this is just a one-time visit to the doctor, and you get that blood drawn, and then they will be able to give you the results within a day or 2. Another option is a chest x-ray. If you've had a previous positive TB result, you probably have had or will have a chest x-ray. And again, you can submit that to us and we can take a look at it to make sure that that's valid as well. We did require additional immunizations, but we've changed that as of the April class. So we will no longer require an MMR, a varicella, or a Tdap for class admission. However, we encourage you to get that done and get those records obtained so that you can be prepared when you go to work. We encourage you just to take your packet with you to the doctor or the clinic or the urgent care that you go to get these medical requirements done, and they'll be able to fill out those forms. If you already have some already done, you can submit those documents to us, as I said, and we will take a look at them to make sure that they meet our requirements.
On page 4, you'll see that we also need a copy of your high school diploma or your high school equivalency, a picture ID, and a social security card. We only take your ID and your social security card on the first day of class. We don't need them before that. For all of our classes, we require that students wear scrubs. They can be scrubs of any color, but we do prefer that they be solid colors. These would be worn for any class time as well as the STNA clinical time. On page 8 and 9 of the admission packet, we'll discuss our program policies. We'd like for you to look that over, although I won't go into it in detail during this PowerPoint presentation. I do want you to pay close attention to the dress code that we have listed on page 9 of the admission packet. This is very important because it is modeled after many dress codes for other healthcare institutions where you might find a job. And we want you to be putting your best foot forward and also be safe and sanitary as you're working with not only patients and residents in the future, but with your fellow classmates during class. Next, we're going to cover our funding sources. Keep in mind that these may change at any time, particularly during this time when some agencies are closed or giving limited services. There may be waiting lists. There may not be any funding dollars available. So things will hopefully change once our society gets back to normal. If you're already working with an agency, please let us know that on your information form that you send in to us. And if you're not working with an agency, we're going to talk about the different types of funding that might be available to you. The funding that I'm going to talk about is all for Hamilton County. You can contact Ohio Means Jobs offices in your particular county where you live and see what funding sources they might have available to you there. We've given you a lot of tasks to do, but we encourage you to start with step 1 on that Where Do I Begin form and start completing your paperwork. You can submit that paperwork to us and contact us with questions at any time. We are not open to the public at the moment, but we will be conducting business, so please email either me, Sue Spradlin, or Julia Ancona, or you can call our main number at 513-961-4220, or you can fax your documents to us. Thank you for taking time to view our PowerPoint and find out more about the Health Professions Academy and all we have to offer you. We look forward to having you in class in the future, and we want to make sure that you remember to go back and complete that interest form and submit that online to us so that we can follow up with you. And you will hear from us within a week of when you submit that form to us. The Great Oaks Health Professions Academy is a United Way agency partner, and we hope to see you soon.